Top of the 8th here in Anaheim. Red Sox, Angels tied at 5. New pitcher for the Angels, Sam Bachman, in his 4th game this season. In here in a tie game in the 8th, and immediately pumps in a strike to Willier. A slider that catches the corner. 0-1. Willier is 1 for 3. 2-run single in the first inning. 0-1 offering is a wild high, and it's 1-1 now.
1 strike on Abreu.
Swing and a miss on the inside slider. 1-2. Took a big wave and miss at that one. Payoff. Got him. Willier whiffs at the slider for out number 1. Bachman a strikeout on 4 pitches.
Spin backdoor. Pretty good spin rate on there too. It's 2,500 each one of them.
Here's Sedane.
There's been a difference in the arms. The Angels calling out of that bullpen.
Rafaela 1 for 2.
With Detmers becoming really a dominant reliever.
First pitch is
to do the same. He didn't get that call. That was right in the strike zone to Rafaela.
At the top of the zone, but didn't get the call. 1-0.
Rafaela struck out his last time. He's been on base twice. He's scored a run and driven in a run.
Fly ball. Shallow center. More running out, but Adele calls him off, and he makes the catch. 2 outs.
2 up, 2 down. Bachman will face Meyer now.
And now the rookie, Marcelo Meyer.
For the Angels, Logan O'Hoppe available on the bench today. They also have Kyron Paris available on the bench, up on Kevin Newman's paternity leave. Paris will be available over the next few days.
Marcelo Meyer hitless tonight. First pitch to him. He attacks it, but fouled it back. 0-1.
Scott Kingery on their bench, as well as
Meyer, ground out, a strikeout, and a fielder's choice. Trying to get a 2-out rally started. 0-1 is in there. Strike 2. Slider that just caught the corner. And now the payoff from Bachman. And he misses down with the slider.
Meyer does have power. He's shown that at the major
A ball
league
and 2
level.
strikes now on Marcelo Meyer. This will be Sam Bachman's 10th pitch of the inning. He realistically could come in for the 9th inning if the Angels want him to. 1-2 pitch. Meyer attacks foul.
2 strikes.
Third base side.
99. That's good to see.
And I might speak too soon, as Meyer might draw a long at-bat versus Bachman.
Gauntlet syndrome symptoms. Did not get the surgery to repair that. A bit lighter.
1-2 again. Misses high with the sinker. Count notched up at 2.
Avoid some of these issues. Look at his posture and everything else behind that to make sure he keeps himself strong. Try that backdoor slider.
2-2 offering now. Got him looking! Slider that caught the edge of the plate. Freezes Meyer. And Sam Bachman with a shutdown inning. Keeps the game knotted at 5. We head to the bottom of the 8th at Angel Stadium. Bottom of the 8th, foul ball on the first pitch from Garrett Whitlock to Lamont Wade.
Garrett Whitlock. Whitlock in his 2nd innings. The Red Sox only got 4 innings of their starter Buehler. They only had to use 2 relievers since then.
Angels have their bottom of their order up against Whitlock, as Wade is 0 for 2, got hit by a pitch in the first and scored a run.
Red Sox this whole season. A little of that late night Lamont right now.
Ground ball.
Base hit. That's a start.
Ground ball that bounced way high over the head of Marcelo Meyer, and Lamont Wade is an infield single. Meyer was playing in. Wade. Oh, he hit a tapper that bounced way high, and Meyer played too far in. And yeah, Lamont Wade safe.
On the bench, now Campero could play right field and has a lot more speed than Wade does.
And here's Luis.
Former catcher, but he can fly.
Luis showed bunt, but took a sinker that caught the edge of the zone. Strike one.
Runner there at first base. Yes, I mean, he can fly.
Luis is 0 for 1. 2 walks and a ribby tonight.
Another play on here with Wade at first.
Wade, the go-ahead run at first. 0-1 to Luis, the 8-hitter, playing third tonight.
Wade is running.
Lamont Wade's running. Throw to second. He's into center field. Lamont Wade on his horse to third. Throw from Rafaela is late. Lamont Wade Jr. all the way from first to third on a stolen base. Look at that. Angels 90 feet away from taking the lead.
That's a straight steal, too.
I think Trevor Story would have had him if the throw wasn't
His first stolen base this year.
bounced. Oh, it was bounced over his glove. Bad throw by Wong. 2-1 now on Luis, as it looks like the Red Sox's infield is now in. No one out. Wade at third. 5-5, bottom 8. 2-1. Take it inside again. Slider in the same exact spot as before. 3-1. The Red Sox have struggled in close games. Extra inning losses, 8, the most. 1-run losses, 18, second most. Behind the Braves, 15 blown saves, second most, as Luis Rengifo draws a walk. Changeup misses outside, and the Angels have the runners at the corners with no one out in the bottom of the 8th. Garrett Whitlock struggling, and here comes
Andrew Bailey. This conversation is going to be, the Halos have had that safety squeeze.
On mound visit. Alex Cora got ejected earlier on in the game.
Shimora's got some pretty good pop and speed. But yep, it looks like in the Boston bullpen, Angels line presented by OC Navigator. The postgame
Rookie
show
Christian
is
Moore,
next.
batting ninth.
The Angels can pull out a win and
playing
up this homestand, get a little closer
second,
to 500.
As Kenley warms up in the Angels' pen.
The team's hovering around 500 in the American
Christian
League.
Moore, the 9-hitter, the second baseman, at the plate.
Over or under.
A sac fly gives the Angels the lead.
Plenty of spots for the Angels to.
First pitch from Whitlock to the rookie Moore as the Red Sox infield remains in.
Looking for a lead here late with Lamont Wade at third.
First pitch. In there, strike one. A sinker. Christian Moore 0 for 2. Bases loaded walk. Infield is in. There's a big gap on the right side of the infield. 0-1 offering. Taken at the knees, strike 2. Another beautiful sinker from Whitlock. Moore down 0-2. No one out. Third and first. Wade at third. Luis at first. Payoff. Christian Moore fouls it off.
The swing like that, when you're on the mound, you might change it up and try a slider now. See if Christian Moore can do a nice job and punch that ball through the infield here, especially with the infield in.
0-2 pitch again. Check swing. Didn't go. Whew. Nearly chased a spiked slider. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on the rookie Moore.
First time since
just got called up, I believe, last week. I don't think he's been in the league for more than 10 days. And he's been in big spots already. The 1-2 is an emergency swing, foul ball. That would have been strike 3 had he took it. But at the last second, he decided to reach his bat out there and shoot it foul. Almost got the camera.
Right
over there. 1-2. Moore lifts it into the seats.
Kenley Jansen is up in the bullpen. See whether it's still tied or if the Angels have the lead in the top of the ninth. I'm on the way to set him up. Base hit, stolen base, and an error. To third base, Rayco's at first.
1-2. No one out. Runners at the corners. Game tied at 5. Bottom of the 8th inning. 1-2 pitch. Misses outside. Count even. This will be the 8th pitch of this at-bat. And it's only a 2-2 count. Zach Neto on deck. Christian Moore lifts this one into right center. This is pretty well hit. Willier makes the catch. Here comes the throw. It's high. It's over. Whitlock was back there to make the catch, but Lamont Wade scores easily as Willier airmailed the throw, and the Angels take the lead on a Christian Moore sac fly. The rookie with another big moment. Luis got up to second. 1 out in the 8th.
What a job by Christian Moore. The high throw, it's going to be a bang-bang play. Ends up being high. Halo's got the lead.
Ray got behind it and he airmailed it.
And now the Angels order flips over the top, and it'll be Zach Neto to the plate. Whitlock stays in the game.
And it's Neto with the man at second base.
Neto got a multi-hit game going. First pitch is a ground ball foul toward the Angels' dugout.
Run 2 for the Angels.
Zach Neto's 2 for 3, a solo shot, a single, 2 RBIs, and he got hit by a pitch again. Man, been getting hit a lot recently as Neto calls time.
Another good little add-on run out there for Neto.
Oh, what offering. Neto ground ball past the diving Meyer into left field. Luis will be stopped at third. It'll be a single for Zach Neto and a good hold up at third base there. Runners at the corners with 1 out. After Zach Neto's 3rd hit of the game.
He's been tremendous all year. Just get out there, by the way, while you're thinking about it, go for Neto.
And is this the end of the night for Garrett Whitlock? As Nolan Shanuel, the lefty who's hitless tonight, comes to the plate.
Logan O'Hoppy now 5th among catchers and Neto 7th at shortstop. Shanuel is 8th at first base, and he is the batter here.
Mike Trout on deck.
Red Sox will have an entire mound conference
Possibly
here.
will get an at-bat. Mound visit for the Red Sox. They're going to still ride with Garrett Whitlock.
Late night Lamont.
Yes. With the speed. Stolen base. Advances on the throw. Scores on a sac fly.
Nolan Shanuel, 2 flyouts, a fielder's choice, and a strikeout tonight. In a big spot here. 1 out. Runners at the corners. Infield looks to be in for the Red Sox. Angels lead 6-5, bottom of the 8th. And we get a step off.
Zach Neto looks like he's thinking about running here, too.
First pitch. Shanuel check swing. It nearly gets away from Wong.
Walker Buehler,
1-0.
the Red Sox in a pinch, only going 4 innings today. Luis Guerrero covered 2 out of the bullpen. Now Whitlock trying to do the same, but he's giving up the go-ahead run.
Luis at third, Neto at first. 1-0. Shanuel, foul ball, tried to go the other way. Count knotted up at 1.
Red Sox bullpen gave it up yesterday.
Shanuel batting triple threes with runners in scoring position in 2025.
7th inning, giving the Giants a win in San
The
Francisco.
1-1 pitch. Shanuel swings and misses for strike 2. But Zach Neto steals second unopposed.
Now for your best contact guy.
So no more double play ball in effect here.
Here.
2 runners in scoring position now.
13th steal for Neto. Infield in now for Boston, second and
1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Blew the high heat by Shanuel at 97. The sinker causes Shanuel to whiff.
Right on it yesterday.
And with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th, and the Angels up 6-5.
First base open here.
With Luis at third and Neto at second. Mike Trout to the plate.
Look into the dugout. Not gonna
Doesn't
do
have a
it.
hit tonight.
Maybe they're not.
First base is open.
So Taylor Ward will have the RBI chance.
And Mike Trout will be intentionally walked. The bases are juiced with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. And the Angels leading 6-5.
Yes.
Probably the right choice there for the Red Sox.
Trout, Ward, and Renifro
But then again,
each
Taylor
walked
Ward
3 times
can
in this game.
turn it up too. He's got a couple grand slams this season.
Batsmen, a lot of extra bases.
Taylor Ward's been walked 3 times and has scored a run. He's 0 for 1. Besides those 3 walks, in the first pitch is down on a slider. 1-0.
Really good with the bases loaded.
Red Sox on the top of the 9th will have Wong, Hamilton, and Duran due up against Kenley Jansen. See how big the lead is. Angels have a 1-run cushion right now.
In there, strike 1. Sinker inside corner. Beautifully dotted up by Whitlock.
Ward has walked 3 times in this game.
The 1-1 offering. Inside ball 2 on the sinker.
Walked 4 times in a game against the Red Sox was Frank Robinson.
Wow, that might have been a few years ago.
1974 for the Hall of Fame.
2-1. In there for strike 2. Slider splitting the plate. And now Garrett Whitlock is 1 good pitch away from getting out of this bases loaded jam and keeping his batters down by a run.
Ward, the team leader in
Payoff.
RBIs.
Taylor Ward fouls it straight back to stay alive. Kenley warming up in the pen for the Angels. 2-2 to count. Bases loaded. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. The Angels lead 6-5, trying to do more damage. Whitlock trying to end that chance. Here's the pitch. Taylor Ward, check swing, foul ball down the first base line.
Almost a break for the Angels.
42 RBIs in his last 43 games for Taylor Ward. Has hit 2 grand slams this year.
He's won 40 in these
2 away from tying the most in Angels franchise history. 2-2 pitch. Misses high. The count is full. There is nowhere to put Taylor Ward without scoring a run. This is a huge pitch at this point in the game. Full count delivery with the bases juiced and 2 outs. The pitch misses down. Taylor Ward draws an RBI walk. It's 7-5 Angels. Luis scores.
The bases loaded, a big insurance run, 7-5.
That is huge. Yet now.
And this is probably the end for Garrett Whitlock.
Red Sox bench coach Ramon Vasquez taking over as the manager after Alex Cora got
And we got
ejected.
movement in the Red Sox pen.
Red Sox will go back to the pen. Looks like Alcala will be the new pitcher.
That's it for Garrett Whitlock and a new pitcher, Jorge Alcala, who got traded from the Twins to the Red Sox recently, will come in when we come back. Back to Anaheim. Bottom of the 8th, Angels 7,
Bases loaded.
Red Sox 5.
We've seen the Red
New
Sox
pitcher
throughout
for
this
the Red
season.
Sox, Jorge Alcala, the newest Boston Red Sox after being traded by the Twins to Boston. Fires a first pitch to Travis d'Arnaud that is spoiled. 0-1 on a slider that was center cut.
11 times in this game.
Jorge Alcala this season in 24 games between the Twins and the Red Sox, 8.20 ERA.
3 walks and hit by pitch.
And we get double barrel action in the Angels' pen. Hector Neris now warming up with Kenley. 0-1 is attacked by d'Arnaud to left. It's dropping fast. It's down for a base hit. Jaron Duran fires it in. It'll be safe. 2-run score for the Angels. Trout is in, as well as Neto. And Travis d'Arnaud with a 2-run RBI single. With 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. It is 9-5 Angels.
Sounds of traffic on the bases tonight. And that time coming through. Love his reaction. stayed on top, brought his hands up, lines that one in. There it is.
A 2-run single for Travis d'Arnaud.
Angels bat around
And
for
the
second
Angels
time tonight. It's Joe Adell, the
are
ninth
starting
hitter of
to
the
crack this thing wide open as Joe Adell swings and misses at a fastball on the edge of the zone for strike one. An RBI single in the first inning for Adell. That's still his only hit tonight.
No longer a safe situation. 4 runs here in the eighth.
0-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball outside, and it's quickly 0-2 on Adell. 2 outs, bottom of the eighth. And the payoff. Misses high. Ball 1 with the fastball at 99.
Padres tonight 10-3. Couple of guys who were there. Padres traded away, beat them up tonight. C.J. Abrams and James Wood combined for 6 hits and 6 runs scored. Wood has 4 RBIs.
1-2. Adell fouls it straight back.
Ball and 2 strikes. Juan Soto now a New York Met. Even though he homered tonight, that was it for the Mets. They lost 3-2 against Atlanta.
Boy, has he been hot now with the power.
And he has. The Mets have been losing ever since Soto started hitting.
Ward at second, d'Arnaud at first. Alcala looks to Ward, now fires to Adell and misses down with the curve. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Adell.
That'll make Travis d'Arnaud feel good with that swing. But I'll tell you, I loved his reaction when he caught that 3rd strike against Story by Reed Detmers on the mound, too. These guys are playing with some fire.
Balls 2
Here's the
strikes
2-2
on
delivery. Adell attacks it. And it's going to be in the seats.
8-2.
First base side.
Those 2 rivals played each other this year.
No, that is.
9-5. The Angels with a 4-run 8th inning to break this tie.
2-2 offering again. Inside, the count is full. It was a fastball at 98.
11 walks, 2 hit batsmen.
That would be a yo 11.
4 runs forced in with a bases loaded walk or a bases loaded hit by a pitch. Maybe another walk here. This one's out of the zone. Adell waits for the 3-2.
Alcala looks at second, now fires the full count delivery and strikes out Adell swinging. But the Angels
get it done in the
bat around and put up 4 to take a 9-5 lead heading into the 9th inning. We'll see if it's Kenley or Hector Neris who they bring up to try and shut things down. We'll be right back from Angels Stadium. The Angels with a big lead. Top of the 9th, Angels 9, Red Sox 5. The Angels 3 outs away from getting a big win over the Red Sox. 4-run cushion for the Angels now after a 4-run bottom of the 8th.
Wade, though. Late night, like you said, Wade. Watch.
Late night Lamont got that rally started.
And the pitcher for the Angels, the new pitcher, is Kenley. They bring him in. 29 games, an ERA at 4.39. Opponent batting average allowed at 245. 15 saves and 15 opportunities, and he'll pitch against his former team. An all-star 2 years ago with the Red Sox in his only season up in Massachusetts. Longtime Dodgers closer. Then was with the Braves for a year, Red Sox for the year.
The 4-run bottom of the 8th, Sam
Or maybe 2 years.
For the win. It would just be his 2nd as a major leaguer.
And now an Angel. First pitch to Connor Wong is down with the cutter.
It's a pretty amazing story.
1-0.
His first big league win was over 2 years ago. It was June 12th, 2023, an extra inning game in Texas. It's been 2 years and 11 days since that first big league.
Cutter that misses down again. 2 balls and no strikes. Connor Wong batting 8th, catching 1 for 1, a walk,
Jansen
sac
has
fly,
fallen behind one.
single,
2 balls, no strikes.
and
Hamilton
RBI.
and Duran. The Red Sox will need a lot more to get cooking here.
2-0 in Wong's favor, and there's a strike. Cutter. 2-1.
That Cutter to get in there.
See that Cutter at that point, 88 by the end of this at bat. If he gets 2 strikes, you'll see it at 94, 95.
2 balls and a strike.
Connor Wong fouls that back into the seats. Count tied up at 2.
And the training staff's coming out.
Oh,
Frostad is the head athletic
yeah, it looks
trainer
like Kenley's going to be
for
looked at by the
Angels.
trainer.
Right, and Ray Montgomery, too. Last pitch was 91. Mentioned the first strike was 88. The one before that was 89. So velocity kind of down here for Kenley Jansen.
He's moving that shoulder neck area.
Looks like he's feeling great. Neris had been up. Imagine he would come in here if
He's
Jansen
moving
can't
his shoulder
continue.
around. I would imagine that might not take a chance here. Grimacing on that delivery.
Yeah, Kenley looks like he's in pain. They're going to take him out.
Looks like Jansen still hemming and hawing about staying in, but
Looks like Ray
Kenley gonna
Montgomery
stay
and
in.
Barry Enright are both saying the same thing. That's good.
2-2's on Connor Wong, and they're going to bring Kenley Jansen out.
that's the story for
Kenley's
Jansen.
night is over. Hector Neris will come
2
in
balls, 2 strikes on Connor Wong, and
and inherit a 2-2 count
likely be Hector
on
Neris
Connor
here.
Wong. And let's hope Kenley is all right. We'll be right back from Angel Stadium as we'll get a pitching change and prayers up to Kenley.
Two count.
Hector Neris is now in.
Kenley Jansen had
21 games, an ERA at 9. Opponent batting average at 294. And the 36-year-old comes in after Kenley got hurt.
94 slider, but more likely might throw that first pitch splitter. Hopefully everything's okay with Kenley Jansen. Trying to talk himself into staying in that inning. I don't think anything seems to be overly serious. He'll be ready to go tomorrow.
And Neris will inherit a 2-2 count against Connor Wong that Kenley could not finish.
Neris will face Wong with a count 2-2. 7th pitcher used by the Angels in this game. Akwanowitz went 5. Zephyr-John 1 inning. Burke got 1 out. Detmers 2 big outs in the 7th. Hoffman perfect 8th inning in line for the win, and now Jansen facing even a full at bat here.
See what kind of feel he has in that splitter.
2-2. Wong ground ball right to Luis down the line. Has to make a dart throw to first, and he did! Got Connor Wong by a step for the first out in the 9th.
Throw across the diamond, did throw that splitter.
Wong hit a ground ball down the line. Luis made the grab and throws a dart to Shanuel at first. Across the diamond to get Wong by a step.
Is now Hamilton, who had a base hit.
Here's the 9-hitter, David Hamilton. And Hamilton takes the first pitch on the outside edge of the zone for strike 1.
Detmers both pitching in this game. Christian Moore in the lineup with Shanuel, Neto, Trapp,
Hamilton got a
Ward.
single back in the 7th. Swing and a miss on the splitter.
The Angels had
0-2 as
their
Neris
first
dropped
round
it
picks,
in.
Joe Adell as well play in this game today. They were the first team in the majors to do that since
Jaron Duran on
1991
deck,
Brewers.
guaranteed to get at bat here in the 9th. The 0-2 to Hamilton is outside, 1-2.
Eight of their own first-round picks made it into the game.
It's pretty amazing.
1-2 is sliced foul.
Imagine for that Brewer team.
Hamilton stays alive.
Gary Sheffield.
The payoff again to Hamilton is a strikeout, as Hamilton got the bat going too late on a fastball that Neris put on the outside edge of the plate, and the Red Sox are down to their final out, but their order flips over the top. It's Jaron Duran to the plate.
Coming out, rolling strikes.
2 away. The crowd tonight, 30,137.
First pitch between Neris and Duran. Swing and a miss. Fastball blown by him at 93, 0-1.
8 first-round picks in this one game for the Angels. Jaron Duran doubled up earlier as part of the fielder's choice.
The 0-1 offering. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 on the splitter that he drops in the bottom of the zone. And here we go. The Red Sox down to their final strike. This is for the win. The Angels faithful rise to their feet as Neris is 1 pitch away from sealing this 9-5 victory. For the game, check swing. Duran didn't go. Ball 1 on the splitter. That missed outside. One, two. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Jaron Duran gets rung up. He went too far. And the Angels win 9-5 against the Red Sox. They put up 4 in the bottom of the 8th. And they get the job done. See y'all later. RBL. Peace.